JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script.
Everybody seemed to be concerned about me, bro. Trust me. I appreciate that. But no sickness, no illness will keep me away from what I have to do for you people. Because is JD on the road to fucking recovery, bro. And this is the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription box. Right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script, episode 127. Part number 2 for your Battleground weekend, man. Thank you guys so much. I am as close to 100% as I could be, man. I'm not there yet, but I am feeling like myself again. Holy shit, man. Just a little teeny bit of irritation in my throat, and I give it till Sunday, and I should be good to go, man. Sunday, I should be good to go. Because, honestly, without my voice, the YWC is boring. The YWC, IWC, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is lame. There's nothing going on. We need to shake the foundations and show how things are done right here on Off The Script, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It is going to be a fucking scorcher. I don't know where you guys are listening to me, but in New York, man, it's going to be close to 100 fucking degrees today. So make sure you guys are in the shade. Make sure you have a cold beverage, non-alcoholic, by the way. I mean, you guys can drink alcohol in the evening while you're in a nice air-conditioned room, but don't drink and then go into the heat, man. It's going to be fucking, not going to be good. So make sure you're fully hydrated, water, juice, whatever, man. Whatever you got to do to keep warm and be ready for the fucking heat. Stay inside, stay indoors, stay in the air conditioner, fucking play PS4, watch the WWE Network, watch Off The Script, watch my videos. You guys know the deal. So, make sure you guys take care of yourself today. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm off today, so I don't know what I'm doing, man. Now that I have all this free time, I don't know what to do with myself. What the fuck do I do with myself? I have no fucking clue. We'll figure something out. I might stream, I might make some videos. There's no news going into Battleground whatsoever. At all, man. There's literally no news concerning Battleground. There's always news about a Roman Reigns or a Brock Lesnar or the fucking draft. So we'll see what happens. I'll come up with something. I might do some match simulations this weekend for Battleground. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But either way, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for all the well wishes you guys sent HORSESIXZERO on Friday. It means a lot to me, and especially means a lot to him. Continue to send him your thoughts and prayers. He is home right now. He is on the road to recovery. So make sure you guys are continuing to send him well wishes at HORSESIXZERO on Twitter. Make sure you guys send him your thoughts and prayers, man. Number 2, Patreon.com. If you guys want to support the show, obviously through Patreon is the best way. Read the mission statement. Read what I'm about. Read what I'm trying to do here. Read what my goals are and where I came to be as far as a content creator. It is all on there. If you guys want to support the show through Patreon, that would be unbelievable. Thank you to those who pledged this week. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. Barbershop Window on Off the Script's official Barbershop Window page, man. We are an official partner for Barbershop Window. All you got to do is go to the tab where it says Wrestling Shirts. Drop down, you'll see official partners, and then Off the Script will be right there. Or you can just go to the link that I provide down in the description below. It'll take you right to my online shop. You can get all the merchandise for this very channel and this podcast. Version 1, 2, and 3, Get Off My TV, Goon City, and the original gray Off the Script logo shirt, all up there, $19.99. They do ship everywhere worldwide. So if you guys are worried about that, they do ship internationally as well. And WrestleCrate.com, on Twitter at WrestleCrates. Use the coupon code JDSentMe for an instant 10% off. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. And if you're not subscribed to this fucking channel, I don't know what the fuck you waiting for, bro. Draft Off the Script #1 in the first round. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you're right here for the #1 source on YouTube.com for all WWE, man. You like that, right? Draft Off the Script #1. I know we would go #1 every fucking year. That's not a problem to me. It depends on who is going to follow and what brand I'm going to. I don't want to go to Monday Night Raw run by Stephanie McMahon. I don't. I'd rather be with Shane and Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. But that's a completely different story. I don't want to talk about the draft. Otherwise, it's going to make me fucking sick again. I don't want to do it. But we'll talk about our favorite on this channel in this fucking podcast. We'll talk about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. What the fuck did he get suspended for? I kind of feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of feel bad for how fucking stupid this guy is. And yes, clowns, you fucking goons out there who have been bombarding me with fucking tweets, I will talk about Brock Lesnar, and I will go over why he is a fucking asshole, and what he got fined for and nailed for as far as his drug tests go. We'll talk about that on Sunday, and we'll go over why he did what he did, why I blame him for being a fucking idiot, and why I am not going to be as harsh on him as I was John Jones. So we'll talk about that on Sunday. Make sure you guys are planted right here, and we'll go over that on Sunday's Off the Script Part 3. Now, let's talk about Roman Reigns. What substance caused Roman Reigns' violation of the WWE wellness policy? Well, according to a report from a few weeks back, it was said to have been an amphetamine. This didn't narrow things down, as several different things could have been taken to test positive on this test. Keep in mind, the wellness policy does not focus on the medicine, but rather the group. Even if the medicine isn't bad, the lab won't know this. They will only know the group and not the exact medication taken. So when Roman Reigns' tests say he was popped for an amphetamine, it opens up a wide variety of medicines. So what did he actually take? Well, this is according to the Wrestling Observer. You guys, if you like them, you hate them, you fucking don't mind them, I don't give a shit. This is according to the Wrestling Observer. I guess for some of you, take it with a grain of salt, because most of you fucking despise Dave Meltzer. But this is where the fucking source comes from. The Wrestling Observer reports Roman tested positive for Adderall. The medicine does fall under the illegal substance list for WWE. The company does allow its use if one has a prescription for it, but if not, the company will suspend a talent for it. The medicine is commonly used for ADHD, ADD. It helps people with focus, and due to the stimulant nature, it can offer energy. This might be what Sean's View Entertainment is on. I don't know that for a fact, but Sean's View Ent might be on Adderall. I don't know. That remains to be seen. That's just my guess. Anyway, when guys and girls are on the road with WWE, you know, some of you guys think I have a problem with Sean. Listen, his practices on YouTube, you know, they're not one for me, okay? But, you know, I want to see him do something more with his content. You know, he continues to blame others for his fucking lack of numbers, but, dude, you gotta get with the times. Seriously. When guys and girls are on the road with WWE, both focus and staying awake with energy can be useful. There are long drives on the brutal travel schedule. Most coffee and energy drinks are helpful, but some feel the need to take medication to stay awake. With a proper prescription, clearly Roman Reigns would not have violated any part of the WWE wellness policy. The issue is he didn't have one, which means he probably borrowed one from a friend or a family member and then took one of the surprise drug tests around the same time, which caused the violation. Listen, I feel bad for Roman in the fact that we all were so incredibly harsh on him, and I am still going to be harsh on him, even after that last fucking phrase, even after that last statement that I just read. Obviously, if you are a WWE athlete, if you are a WWE superstar, I don't know if they all know what is on the list, what is legal, what is illegal, but I would have to assume most of them know what is illegal. So if Roman knew that Adderall was illegal, but then took it anyway and was given this medicine to stay awake from a friend or a family member, then those people were not looking out for his best interests. He was blind to the fact as well by being a stupid idiot, not knowing the ins and outs of the WWE wellness policy, and he got nailed for it. And I might have been a little bit too harsh. I'm not going to retract what I said about Roman Reigns. I feel that if you are in a position that he's in as the WWE champion, you should know the ins and outs of this wellness policy and what you are putting in your body. Especially if you are the WWE champion. As the champion, you lead by example, okay? All others look up to you. Do you know how many people, and I've stated this already, do you know how many people in that locker room want his position? So, the fact that he was so careless in this drug test and this suspension, and the way he got suspended, that he was so careless about everything, what does that say to the rest of the people looking at this? And then they were going to have Roman get away with it. They were going to have Roman get away with it. That's what the reports were saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. So, Roman, I kind of feel bad for him after reading this, that maybe he was given this from a friend or a family member because he couldn't deal with the rigorous schedule and the stress of being a WWE champion. Maybe Roman isn't cut out to be a WWE champion. Maybe Roman isn't cut out to be the face of the company yet. Maybe he was put in a position that he wasn't ready for, clearly, too soon. All of these, obviously, are questions that pop into everybody's mind. But I do feel bad for Roman that a lot of people were harsh on him, including me. I thought it was I thought it was some kind of steroid. I thought it was a fucking PED. We didn't know. So Adderall seems to be, it's still a drug that nobody should fucking take, but it looks to be, compared to everything else, a little bit more of the more innocent ones. Obviously, WWE and the schedule that they put upon their superstars is no fucking joke. And obviously, I would never talk badly about someone who was on the road 300 plus days a fucking year. God knows what these guys feel like after the year is over, man. Putting their bodies on the line. I feel for them in that way, but to take drugs and carelessly take drugs that you should know that are on the WWE wellness policy, and the fact that possibly it was given to him by a friend or a family member or someone in the fucking company that he's close to. Maybe they set him up for something. Maybe they wanted to see him fail, and they didn't tell him, dude, listen, if you take this and they drug test you and they nail you for it, you're going to get suspended. You're going to get suspended for 30 days. You're probably going to get the title taken away from you. I doubt he knew that. I doubt he was told that information. So I do feel slightly bad for Roman Reigns. As far as being the WWE champion, shouldn't be taking any drugs, period. Any drugs at all. You pretty much are the number one thing in that company, and you have to lead by example. So Roman obviously did not lead by example here. And that's how I feel about this situation right now. So that's what caused the violation. Now, the issue with Roman is not so much the medicine. Even though one should only take Adderall with a prescription anyway, It was the fact that he could have avoided a violation with a simple doctor visit and a prescription. It is likely Reigns is not ADHD and does not need the medicine, which may be why he did not do this. So Adderall is often shared among college kids for high-end studying and preparation for exams or papers. It helps with focus, so much that it is commonly shared or sometimes stolen to help here and there. However, this is very illegal, and the stimulant has become very popular amongst people using it without a prescription these days. Roman Reigns not only violated the wellness policy, but he also violated the law in all technicality if he did indeed take the drug. So, listen, he was certainly deserving of his violation. According to that, he broke the fucking law. He should not be taking Adderall without a doctor's permission and a prescription. So he broke the law. WWE had every fucking right to fine him and suspend him and take the fucking title off of him. He broke the law. Don't expect anything major to come of this, but you can hope that Roman does not use it again without a prescription. Hopefully, he will have learned his lesson. While this is by no means someone getting popped for steroids or painkillers, it is still an issue that someone is taking a drug illegally, despite the common sharing of drugs these days. One can decide whether or not they still want to hate on Roman Reigns for his violation in knowing this. However, you can expect booing to continue, as they were doing this well before the WWE Wellness Policy violation, and it will only continue and get worse from here on out. This is why I am so invested in Battleground, because I want to see the reaction that Roman Reigns gets when he comes out, which I believe he is off suspension as of right now. I believe he is off suspension this weekend. So he's going into Washington, D.C. He's going into Battleground. That is the one thing, besides Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, that is the one thing I am looking forward to see how they treat Roman Reigns. You thought it was bad before the violation. It is going to be even worse. I don't know how big Washington, D.C. is on WWE product. I don't know what type of crowd they are during a pay-per-view, but I can only hope that they shower Roman Reigns with hate, and this will finally awaken WWE and say, you know what, we need to turn this guy heel. This will never get better. It is never going to get any better. Turn him heel like he was in NXT, and make him a fucking dick. Make him a cocky Samoan prick. That's all I want to see. And everybody's talking about a double turn. It could possibly happen. Rollins could be the face. Roman Reigns can walk out of Battleground the heel. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that is definitely one of the main things I will be paying attention to intently at Battleground, is the reception Roman Reigns gets coming off the wellness policy violation. So Adderall, according to Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, and the Wrestling Observer, Adderall was the drug that Roman Reigns failed his drug test in WWE. So let me know what you guys think about that. Like I said, I'm not going to retract anything I said about Roman Reigns. Everything about being a locker room leader and Vince McMahon rumored to be trying to sweep this under the rug, and him taking the WWE Championship off of Roman Reigns was going to be the only punishment. There was never going to be any punishment. No suspension if it didn't break out into the public eye, if it didn't leak into the public eye. That's what I was mostly venting about. You know, I don't hate Roman Reigns, and I say this all the time. You guys think I fucking hate Roman Reigns. I don't. I don't hate Roman Reigns at all. I hate what WWE has made him out to be. That is my fucking issue. I hate how they treat him. I hate how they baby him. I hate how they make him something that he clearly is not right now. But all in all, I don't hate Roman Reigns. I just wish he was portrayed and taken care of better as a WWE superstar. WWE is not giving this guy the ideal situation to work with. That is where my frustration stems from with Roman Reigns. So we'll see what happens at Battleground. Maybe a double turn. I highly doubt it. WWE not introducing a second world championship for a brand extension. This is the rumor going around. Then why the fuck are we having a brand extension? Vince, Shane, Stephanie, why? Why are we having a brand extension if you're not going to introduce a second world championship? I don't know. The draft is over. Still, the only question that remains is what WWE plans to do with most of their championships for this brand extension. So far we know the Women's Championship and the Tag Team Championship will remain with Raw, because Charlotte and the New Day aren't defending their titles at Battleground. However, WWE hasn't revealed the fate of those championships or the WWE Championship, and likely won't until after Battleground, because the WWE, IC, and US Championships could all change hands on Sunday. I don't think the IC Championship is going anywhere. I don't think the US Championship is going anywhere. And I do think Seth Rollins is going to win the WWE Championship on Sunday at Battleground, bringing that title over to Raw to join the Tag Team, Women's, and United States Championship. On top of that, Raw will have the Cruiserweight Championship after that tournament is over. After that, the expectation is that Raw or SmackDown will establish a second World Championship in WWE. And the women's and tag titles. That fucking Christ, don't get me started on that. Women's tag. We don't need no more fucking championships. I'm jumping the gun a little bit. The women's and the tag team titles will be featured on both shows. So, I don't know what the reason for a draft is then. I really don't. You know, my perception is that was going to be the way that it was going to make the most sense. But now that we see that, and I explained this in my fucking video on Thursday, why the WWE draft was a failure. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but quickly, for you guys that have missed it, if you guys want to go watch it, it's down in the description below, and I'll put an annotation on the screen for you right now. If you guys want to go back and watch that and listen to me, I sound a lot better in this video, by the way, than I did that video. Monday Night Raw has 7 women. SmackDown has 6 women. So if Charlotte is defending on both brands, she's not really going to have a steady feud with one woman for several weeks. It's going to be multiple feuds with multiple women on both shows. That's a little overkill. That's a little OP, if you ask me. Or OD, I should say. But the way you look at it, 6 women on SmackDown, I don't even know why I'm including Eva Marie. That's including Eva Marie. Eva Marie, to me, is not a woman. She is, when you look at her, she's fucking hot as fuck, I'll give her that. But as far as an active member of the SmackDown roster, you could put my pillow that I sleep on, you could put my blanket, you could put my baseball cap, you could put this microphone, you could put any of the Pokemon that I caught on Pokemon Go in the ring, and it would just act the same thing as Eva Marie. It wouldn't be like anything. It wouldn't be like you're missing anything on the active roster. You could put a fucking, I don't know, you could put a fucking cardboard cutout of any wrestler that comes to your mind in the ring, and it would act as an active member of the roster, just like Eva Marie, because Eva Marie is just as talentless as any of those things that I mentioned. You could put anything in the ring and replace Eva Marie with it, and it would be better off. That's how much Eva Marie is a waste to the WWE. All she does is go on Instagram, and she's fucking frying up chicken, and she's fucking taking pictures, and she's in a bikini, or she's making a smoothie. Give me a break. Yeah, making a smoothie is gonna get you far in the business, correct? Yeah, it's really gonna make you fucking one step closer to winning the Women's Championship in WWE. Seriously. Who the fuck trained Eva Marie? I'd love to speak to this individual. What was it, Brian Kendrick? Brian Kendrick, I believe, trained Eva Marie. What a job he did, right? Still, after 2 years, she still moves like she's fucking stuck in quicksand. You ever see someone who's fucking exercise? I don't know what type of commercial there is. I think there's a fucking Michelob 64 commercial, right? Where this guy is, he wakes up at like fucking 3 a.m., you know, before the sun rises, and he works out, and he goes to the gym, and there's a still shot of him underwater, and he's fucking shadow boxing underwater. I want you guys to fucking pay attention to TV next time you're watching television. You're gonna see this commercial, and the way this guy is moving underwater, that's the way Eva Marie moves in the ring. It's like she's underwater. It's like she's underwater, man. She is absolutely a fucking plague to the women's division. Why she was even drafted is the biggest question possibly in draft history. Why would you draft Eva Marie to your brand? I don't get it. I don't get, unless she's going to be a poster child for every fucking pay-per-view for the rest of the year. I don't see what reason there is to sign this individual to your brand. Oh, she's on Raw. She's on the red brand. Give me a fucking... Is she on Raw? Do we have to see her on Monday Night Raw? I don't know. Is she on Raw or SmackDown? No, she's on SmackDown. Yeah, she's on SmackDown. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whatever the case is, man. Raw or SmackDown, it is one get off my TV moment on SmackDown. You have to look forward to one get off my TV moment now on SmackDown. How do you like that one? And then on Raw, we got Braun Strowman. We got one on Raw and one on SmackDown. Then you can add from there. We'll see how WWE handles that. But I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. That I went on a fucking tangent about Eva Marie. Jesus fucking Christ. The women in tag team titles will be featured on both shows. But what I'm trying to say here is 6 women on SmackDown and 7 women on Raw. They're exclusively to those brands. You're not going to see any of the women on SmackDown wrestle on Raw and vice versa. So how many different combinations can you actually come up with for 6 women? 5 if you exclude Eva Marie because she's fucking terrible. Jesus Christ. There's no fucking logic there. So, I don't understand how this is going to work. Like I said, I thought it was going to work, but after the WWE draft and how WWE drafted their women, it's not going to work. I would have put the women all on one brand. I would have put them on Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you. And then SmackDown, I would have gave the tag team titles to, and I would have had all the tag teams on SmackDown. They don't need to show up on TV every week. It's not like you have to have all these fucking teams showcased every week on SmackDown. It's not how things work. You know, it's not how things work. When certain teams show up, it's going to be special. And it's going to make you want to watch those shows. For example, if, I don't know, you're a big fan of The New Day and they're on a show one week and they're fighting, I don't know, the Vaudevillains or the Ascension, right? And they win and they take the next week off. And then you have a rotating set of matches. And this is why the way I handle my universe mode in WWE, have a ranking system. Seriously, with the draft, should have came a ranking system, a top 10 or something like that. You know, it would give meaning to all the matches that happen on TV. And Jim Ross has discussed this several times before, that WWE should incorporate a fucking ranking system for their championships. Seriously, obviously you got the champions up top, and then everybody below them. The champions don't need to fight every fucking week. What do they need to fight for? They're the fucking champions. They need to fucking sit there and find out who is going to be next in line to contend for those championships. Same thing with the women. Have a bracket of fucking 10 women and 10 tag teams, and each week we get 1 to 2 tag team matches, rotating, right? And the winners obviously move up, the losers move down, and this will happen weekly and monthly, and we will find out who's next in line for a tag team title shot and a women's championship title shot. I don't understand why this is so difficult. Not only is it simple, but it's fun. A draft with a ranking system would be fun. I would be all over that. And the reason why I like that is because when I watch baseball, I'm a stats guy. I love looking at the statistics. I love looking at the stats for my team and my favorite players and who I think should be more prominently featured and why this guy is batting 220 and playing second base and why the fucking guy in AAA is batting 380 and why he's not called up. That's what WWE needs to fucking do. Seriously, a ranking system for all their divisions. Not just the women, but the tag, the US, the Intercontinental, the WWE, and if they add a World Championship. A ranking system would make things fun. And it would definitely present fresh matchups. And it would make everything have meaning on the shows. And I know I'm not speaking out of my ass, because that's how I fucking handle my universe mode, and that's why you guys enjoy it so much. Let me know what you guys think about that. A ranking system should be introduced with the WWE draft. The women should be on Raw, the tag team should be on SmackDown, and the WWE should most certainly add a second championship to SmackDown to make that brand legitimized. The WWE Championship is always going to be number one. Always. I don't give a shit what anybody says, but adding another World Championship to SmackDown would definitely create interest. It would create a fun atmosphere. It would create intrigue, not only for the product, but for us to watch. It would give us a reason to watch the product, especially if they do the tournament that I suggested they do. 8 men, 16 men, whatever the case is. With the roster, it probably looks more like 8 men. And we would crown a new world champion at SummerSlam. And that's how I would have John Cena and AJ Styles, kind of take a break from one another and then battle out through the month. SummerSlam, they meet again to conclude their feud, crown a new world champion. Boom, you got a new world champion for SmackDown. But that's just what I would do. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Now, as usual, the rumors are half right. According to a report from Ringside News, take it with a grain of salt, the WWE Scheduling Committee may have revealed that the WWE Championship will be featured on both Raw and SmackDown, but it won't be until after SummerSlam. The biggest problem with a second world title is it will most likely lead to all championships getting duplicates, which could be too much. I don't see why a world championship on SmackDown would lead to all the other divisions getting duplicate championships. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I mean, all because you're going to add a second world championship, you got to add another women's championship, another tag team championship. That's WWE's logic right there. Because they're fucking stupid. If they handled the draft the right way the first time, nobody would be talking about adding another women's championship or a tag team championship. On Wednesday's Wrestling Observer Live with Brian Alvarez, he reported that the WWE Scheduling Department has been told that the WWE World Heavyweight Champion will be working on both Raw and SmackDown. He also noted that there could be a second world title added after SummerSlam, but for now, there will only be one world champion. Yeah, because WWE doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Why are they going to add another world champion if they don't know what they're doing with the championships they have right now? So I'm assuming after they finally decide on what the fuck they're doing with their championships right now, then they will add another world champion. That's just the way I see it. But I don't see why they would not add another world champion. Seriously. It would be like there is no brand extension. There would be no brand split. What's the reason for a fucking draft? I thought making a draft and splitting the rosters was going to give everybody another lease on life here. To make new main event stars. So that guys like Corbin and Wyatt and Ziggler and Styles can hold a world championship. I understand there's negatives coming with that. I understand the negatives coming from a second world championship. It's not a WWE championship. I understand that. But as for right now, with what WWE has presented to us, it's probably the most logical decision. So that's the way I would do it. Whether this is permanent or not, he says. It may be something from now until SummerSlam, because at this point, we still have to get through Battleground and figure out who's going to be the WWE Champion. But as of this morning, the WWE Scheduling Department was told that the WWE Champion is going to work both shows. Not going to make any sense. There's not going to be any time to develop feuds. It's going to be rush, rush, rush all over again. You don't want that. That's the biggest fucking negative here to having one champion go to both shows. Same thing with the world, same thing with the women's, same thing with the tag team. They're not going to have longevity in the feuds. It's going to be quick feud here, quick feud there, quick feud here, quick feud there. That's it. That's it. So I don't understand why WWE would not add a second world championship at this stage of the game. As noted, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship will be up for grabs in the main event of Sunday's Battleground show, where Ambrose will defend against Rollins and Reigns in a triple threat match. Of course, Ambrose was drafted to SmackDown, while Reigns and Rollins were drafted to Raw, and many are assuming Raw will end up getting the world title after either Rollins or Reigns wins on Sunday, more than likely Rollins. But as Alvarez said, the championship won't be exclusive to either brand. There were several reports in the weeks leading up to the draft that WWE was going to create an additional world championship for SmackDown, and that AJ Styles and John Cena would face each other at SummerSlam to decide the new SmackDown champion. Tournament, like I predicted, I hope so. As of right now, Cena and Styles are scheduled to go one-on-one at the event, but it doesn't look like a title will be on the line in their match. Of course, Vince McMahon does change his mind quite a bit, so it's likely that a second world championship will be added at some point. WWE did try to have the champion work both shows when they did the first brand extension back in 2002, but they added a second world title just a couple of months later. After Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins in Tuesday's main event, WWE really pushed the idea that the WWE Championship was going to be exclusive to SmackDown. But as previously mentioned, WWE Scheduling Department was told that the champion will be on both brands. So if Reigns or Rollins wins the title on Sunday, they'll be on both Raw and SmackDown, while they hold the championship. Even though it is planned for several weeks, it looks like WWE still hasn't figured out all the details of the brand extension. Fuck them. And much like everything else in the WWE, the details are probably going to be changed on a daily basis, if not hourly basis. WWE better get their fucking heads out of their ass and give me the fucking answers as a fan that I want and that I deserve. We want to know what's going on with the championships. That is definitely going to be the biggest point of Battleground. Where are the championships going? Are they going to be brand exclusives? Are they going to be floaters? I don't know. Something like that you think would have been fucking thought out in advance and presented to us on Tuesday, but WWE did not do that on Tuesday. They gave us a fucking shit draft with a shit SmackDown roster and no fucking answers and more questions upon questions. That's all they fucking did. So I am looking forward to a second World Championship because I think guys like Corbin, Cruz, Wyatt, Styles, Ziggler, guys like that deserve a shot at holding a World Championship. Even though I was totally against it, with the way the draft ended up being, I think a second World Championship and only one more championship should be created for the SmackDown brand if you really want to separate these brands completely. So hopefully we'll get what we want in the end. Speaking of the draft, Rhino, Curt Hawkins, and Jinder Mahal returning to help build Raw and SmackDown rosters. So, unlike Curt Hawkins or even Jinder Mahal, Rhino has a much bigger name in the industry and to the WWE Universe, which will make a victory over him a lot more meaningful. In NXT, Rhino has been doing that a lot on a fairly regular basis. This week, Rhino versus Samoa Joe aired on NXT, which saw the former ECW champion putting over the current NXT champion. According to a report from WrestleZone.com, Rhino is now expected to do the same thing on the main roster and will most likely be joining SmackDown in the very near future as a veteran talent. His goal will continue to be putting over new talent and give him a quality victory over a veteran of the industry, which is exactly what he should be doing if he is going to continue being in a wrestling ring. I agree. Rhino has been getting into politics as well in Michigan. That is a good thing for him, and the NXT Universe recently created the Vote for Rhino chant to let him know that he has their support. Seems like WWE will be bringing back a lot more talent like Rhino and Curt Hawkins into the fold to put over as future stars of WWE. But Rhino may have a better chance at getting a sizable push out of his role. Now, as far as Curt Hawkins, he was seen as one of the most underutilized wrestlers under the WWE umbrella from 2006 and 2014. He's very well known as one half of the Edgeheads, along with Zack Ryder, who infamously helped a heel Edge get away with in-ring antics to get victories against strong opponents. Back in 2014, Hawkins was released by the company for budget cuts, and he really never had momentum with a singles run on WWE television. After some time in TNA and on the independent scene, Hawkins may be back. According to a report from WrestleZone.com, Hawkins is signing a deal to return to WWE to help with roster depth on SmackDown after the brand extension, and he'll be used as an enhancement talent mainly. It didn't seem like Hawkins and WWE ended on bad terms. They just ended their relationship at the time. Now that Curt Hawkins can be some use to the product, it could be mutually beneficial for both of them going forward. It recently was reported that WWE was looking for more enhancement talent to help elevate a lot of the talent on both Raw and SmackDown for the brand split to help build new stars. This is clearly what WWE had in mind. They also have in mind to bring back and negotiate a contract with Jinder Mahal for the same role. So, I don't know, man. I mean, listen. You're going to add these guys to SmackDown and you're going to give them a jobber role. So be it. I mean, they're not going to help out the rosters. They're just going to be there to have filler matches, and we know their role going in. So it's not going to be something that we're going to be interested in seeing on a weekly basis. It's going to get boring, you know? How many times are they going to feed this guy to Baron Corbin and a fucking Apollo Crews? I mean, give me a break. You know, we need legit superstars to give SmackDown that feeling that it's an important show. I mean, bring back an MVP. Bring back a Shelton Benjamin who can fit into a main event mid-card slot. Same thing with MVP. He could be a nice mid-card addition. Carlito, bring him back. But the Shining Stars are on Monday Night Raw. You got to pair him with the Shining Stars. Bring back a Mr. Kennedy. I don't know what WWE is looking for as far as helping SmackDown bolster their roster, but, I mean, they need some mid-card talent, because they got nobody over there right now. The mid-card is looking absolutely desolate on SmackDown. Dismal. Abysmal. Pathetic. I don't know how many other words I could fucking think of, but SmackDown's roster right now, I'm not too pleased with the way SmackDown ended up after this brand split. But Rhino, Curt Hawkins, Jinder Mahal, all probably coming back to help the draft and bolster the rosters, to help build new stars and be there as a role of an enhancement talent. So, if you see those guys on Raw or SmackDown, you guys know what their role is going to be. Now, speaking of talent that is coming to Monday Night Raw via the draft, listen to this. WWE offers contracts to several Cruiserweight Classic members for new Cruiserweight division. This is what I'm interested in right here. WWE's Cruiserweight Classic has been very exciting to watch for all WWE fans who currently have the WWE Network. If you're not watching, you certainly need to be doing so each and every fucking Wednesday, as it allows everybody to see what type of talent you're going to be seeing on Monday Night Raw, and it follows NXT. Some of the best wrestlers that are 205 pounds and under have been part of this tournament, and it seems like the world took notice right away. WWE saw the love for the CWC and decided to bring back the Cruiserweight division. It will be part of WWE Raw each and every week. Due to the fact that WWE is bringing back the division to television, they clearly have to bring in talent to be a part of it. While WWE does have the likes of Sami Zayn and Neville on the Raw roster, among others, many are billed over 205 pounds. While it is well known that WWE inflates weight for talent and has for decades, they just can't call Sami Zayn 220 pounds one week and then 205 the next. Unless losing 15 pounds in a week can happen that easily without risking one's health. Before I even continue on, okay, Sami Zayn being at 220 pounds, I do not want Sami Zayn in the Cruiserweight division. Yes, he probably wrestles somewhat like a Cruiserweight. I think Sami Zayn is worth so much more than that. Same thing with Neville, but if you want to put Neville in a role like that, I would be more apt to seeing Neville than Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn has the makings of a main event star. I think Sami Zayn has the in-ring skill and the in-ring talent of someone that I want to see in the main event, not exclusively to the Cruiserweights. Neville is a mixed bag. I mean, I don't see Neville in the main event. I really don't. I love Neville. I love his in-ring work, but I see Neville as a upper mid-card guy, Intercontinental Championship type material, no question. I see him possibly being in a few Cruiserweight matches. I see some of those matches happening, depending on who they sign, especially a Kota Ibushi or a Zack Sabre Jr. or a fucking Cedric Alexander. That would be fucking great, The matches that we could see week in and week out, especially on pay-per-views. So, Neville more apt to being in that role. Sin Cara, I believe, is on Monday Night Raw as well. He could fit into that role. I think that's why they drafted him to Raw. He's going to fit nicely into that Cruiserweight division. And it's going to be very interesting to see what WWE does. WWE has a lot of flexibility with the Cruiserweights, man. It's going to be something very, very good for the brand split, and it's definitely going to give us something that we have not seen in years from Monday Night Raw. Not only I'm not talking about the Cruiserweights, I'm talking about something different, and it's going to be exciting. And hopefully the fucking goons, the casuals who go to these fucking shows appreciate the fucking talent that we see week in and week out when this thing is unleashed to Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be very interesting to see. WWE sees the talent in the CWC and has decided to go after a large number of the talent. It was already known that Tajiri was offered a deal. He had a great match, and he still looks fucking beast. If you watch Week 2 of the Cruiserweight Classic, he accepted a deal, so he signed with WWE. It's going to be great to see him. He's 38 years old, and he's still a fucking monster. PW Torch claimed that Kota Ibushi and Gran Metalik were offered deals as well. Great fucking pickups by WWE. Gran Metalik, very nice. Kota Ibushi, no explanation needed there. They are not the only ones, as WWE was rumored to have offered contracts to Akira Tozawa, Lince Dorado, and Cedric Alexander, according to the Wrestling Observer. All three, after watching Week 2, no doubt in my mind, I was saying Lince Dorado, Akira Tozawa, and Cedric Alexander after Week 1 with his match. I believe all of those guys are getting signed, no question. I said, no question, these guys are not leaving this tournament without a WWE deal. That's according to the Wrestling Observer. It is rumored that WWE is eyeing many more talents in this tournament, but some may end up going to NXT and not the main roster first. Clearly, with the mass exodus of several people out of NXT, WWE has to be careful about who they let go to the main roster over NXT. Those names are Zack Sabre Jr., who most believe will be signed by WWE, no question. But he may have a better career opportunity if he works with NXT before he hits the main roster and then the Cruiserweight division. The same could be said for TJ Perkins, who is my new favorite right now in the tournament. Unbelievable display of athleticism and a great match on Wednesday. And Mustafa Ali, the match he had with Lince Dorado, man, fucking unbelievable athleticism in this match. Those are the types of guys I want to see on Monday Night Raw develop names for themselves and get this division to the point of the heights we've never seen on Monday Night Raw, man. You talk about the WCW days with the Cruiserweights, WWE has a chance to blow this shit to the fucking moon if they take care of it and treat it like it should. Both with Perkins, Mustafa Ali, Tozawa, Lince Dorado, Cedric Alexander, Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., you got Sin Cara, Neville. WWE does not know what they have right now, or they don't know the potential that is coming to Monday Night Raw. This could be a step in the right direction for a lot of things. Interest in the product, ratings. This is going to be great, and I think it needs to be on Monday Night Raw. I know a lot of you guys said that maybe this would be better on SmackDown. Monday Night Raw, you know, it was a big thing during the Monday Night Wars with Nitro and Raw. WWE's mindset was like, you know what, if it was big back then on Monday nights, we can do it now on Monday nights as well and do it even better with guys who are going to blow everything that we've seen back then out of the water. So hopefully WWE signs Perkins and Mustafa Ali. Names that are well known around the world already, like Kota Ibushi, could easily transition to the main roster simply because he has the name recognition to go anywhere in the world and be accepted by the hardcore fans. The casual fans who don't know him will end up loving him almost immediately as well. That being said, people like Tozawa and Alexander fall under the same situation up to a point. They aren't as well known as Ibushi, but they have an excellent skill set and their wrestling ability is considered to be up there with some of the best on the planet. Unlike the two Japanese men listed, Alexander is from the United States and has a good ability to work on the microphone. WWE may have someone like Ibushi lead the division as far as wrestling goes, but Alexander may be the one WWE puts a lot of faith in simply because of his skill set plus mic work. Others could certainly join the division, but as of now, there are a few who WWE feels are ready for prime time, if you will. The theory is that WWE might sign former stars to help fill that role as well, similar to what they did with Tajiri. That means the likes of Brian Kendrick may get the chance to go to Raw each and every week and help the division as well. WWE could mix a lot of old and new in the Cruiserweight division. This makes a lot of sense considering the fact that WWE has already weighed the idea of bringing back past stars. They're now just bringing back the smaller type, which may have been overlooked when they planned to bring back people initially. WWE probably thought they would bring in a Cruiserweight division eventually, but with the wild success so far of the Cruiserweight Classic, they felt now was the time to do so. We could probably expect the division to fully get started once the Cruiserweight Classic winner is crowned. It is unknown who will be in the final match as of now, but we can assume the winner will be the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Got a title along with a trophy of some kind for winning the tournament. As of right now, the favorite is said to be Kota Ibushi. So that is very exciting news. Finally, some fucking positive news when this WWE draft was thrown upon us. This is the one glaring positive fucking thing about this draft, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. I can only hope, and I know you guys are thinking the same thing, what will Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn do to the Cruiserweight Classic or to the Cruiserweights on Monday Night Raw once they get their hands on them? Are we going to get fucking 2-second matches like we see with the women each and every week? Are we going to get nothing but fucking head scissors and then fucking small package victories? Or are we going to see 10 to 15 minute matches that fill a nice block of television that give us athleticism and a reason to fucking care about these guys? Because these guys not only deserve it, But Monday Night Raw deserves it. The fans deserve it. And there's no better way to make a brand feel new and refreshed and different than adding talent we've never seen before that is literally going to blow the socks off everybody that has never seen something like this. It is going to be great, and I can't wait to see what happens with the Cruiserweight Classic. Though, I do have my reservations about it simply because of Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn. That is all for Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for watching Part 2. I will be back with Part 3. I got news on Chris Jericho. He is finished with WWE after SummerSlam. Why the fuck did he get drafted then? We have news on why Bayley wasn't drafted at the draft. We have news on Paul Heyman's contract with WWE expiring. We have news on Alberto Del Rio and Paige being upset over being split up by the WWE draft. Rumors going around that they even broke their relationship up. They are no longer together. And that's about it. That's pretty much it. Anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. If I hear any other stories, it will be reported on Sunday. If I have enough news, there'll be another video Monday for Part 4. So, thank you guys so much. I feel so much better. Thank you to everybody that kept me in your thoughts and sent me well wishes. I am feeling good. I need one more day for a full recovery, and then you guys got the JD you know and love and expect back right here on YouTube.com for Off the Script. Sunday's Battleground. If I hear anything, I will definitely make videos separate from Off the Script leading up to Battleground. Then you guys know the official review right here on my channel. I may even do a fucking live reactions video during the pay-per-view. I don't know yet. I wanted to do it during the draft. I wasn't feeling well. We might push that back to Battleground. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I'm going to sit in the fucking fan, air conditioner, and I'm going to fucking cool off because I'm sweating my balls off. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking about all the top stories in this video. Hit the description for everything you need. Videos, merchandise, Patreon, HORSESIXZERO. Go wish him well and send him your thoughts and prayers. And I'll be back right here on Sunday for Part 3 of Off the Script. I'm JD, and I'll talk to you guys on Sunday morning.